2 weeks ago, Riza Notiar heard his father's voice for the last time.
He was COVID positive, so he'd been isolated. My mom had requested that we leave his cell phone by his ear. We couldn't have asked for a more kinder and more gentle way for God to take Dad.
In isolation, Notiar had to figure out how to bury his father while following Muslim rituals. In Islam, the deceased should be buried within 24 hours. Before that, the body must be washed, shrouded in this white cloth, followed by a communal prayer. All challenging during this pandemic.
We had to consult back and forth with medical experts, with our scholars.
Salwa Qadri is believed to be one of the few licensed Muslim funeral directors in Canada. Notiar's father was her mosque's first COVID death. With the advice of health experts, her specially trained team was able to wash, shroud, and bury him as safely as possible. Had Notiar's father died here in Ontario, it's unlikely these Islamic rituals would have been performed. That's because provincial guidelines now say that only licensed professionals can prepare COVID-19 victims for burial, but most mosques traditionally rely on volunteers to prepare the deceased. The Canadian Council of Imams has issued a directive saying, for safety reasons, the obligation to wash and shroud a body has now been lifted. It's news this imam says can be devastating for families.
At the time of experience a loss of someone that you love, it is a very hard thing to swallow.
Notiar says he's struggling with grief during self-isolation.
We can't hug each other, to hug my mom, to hug my kids. I'm yet to do that today.
But he says he's grateful to Qadri for the lengths she went to lay his father to rest. Farah Morali, CBC News, Toronto.